Hey friends, and welcome back. So today I'm going to share with you what and how I'm packing for our family of 6 first ever cruise. So this will be our family's first cruise. We are a family of 6. It is my husband, myself, 4 kiddos, ages 16, 14, 10, and 6. Now since I knew that we were going to be cruising in the winter months, I prepared ahead of time. So over the state summer months, I went ahead and picked up all of our summer type gear, which will be extra swimsuits, beach gear, beach shoes, things like that. I went ahead and got those items over the summer months because, of course, in retail land in the States, it would be a lot harder to find those things in store throughout the winter months. So keep that in mind as well whenever you are planning your cruise, from the time that you're actually planning to the time that you will actually sail, making sure that you're picking up any of those seasonal type items in that particular season to be sure that you get the items that you need for your trip. Now, before we get into the packing, I'm going to share with you some of these small things that really make the biggest impact. And I have my notes here so that I don't forget to share anything. So I'm just really going off the to-do list that I've written out. So I'm going to share with you guys from here. Now, first thing first is pen and paper is king. I started off with a simple notebook. I just dedicated one little notebook that I had in my stockpile all to everything cruising. The first thing that I did was I started with a miscellaneous packing list. So the things that I knew for a fact that I wanted to pack, I started writing those things down. And as things popped up and things I thought about, things other people may have mentioned, I went ahead and wrote those down on that list as well. Keeping a running packing list will definitely keep you on track with making sure that you put every item in your suitcase that you can possibly need. So next, I made a specific packing list for each individual. So for instance, my youngest son has asthma, so I wanted to make sure I had his inhaler. And I also made a separate list for Lola the pug. Now, obviously, Lola will not be cruising with us, but I wanted to make sure that my aunt, who will be staying here with her, actually had everything that she needed for Lola at her fingertips. So all of her things are going to be placed in a special little corner in the kitchen. That way my aunt does not have to go walking around the home looking for Lola items. My next list is a to-buy list. So once I figured out all the things that everyone would need and all the miscellaneous items that I will be packing along, I walked around the house, looked to see what all we had in our coupon stockpile. Whatever we did not have, I put on my to-buy list. And as I was shopping throughout the time that we started preparing for the trip, which was really over a couple months, I will pick up those things here and there. All right, so the next thing I did was I created a to-do list, and I actually created a to-do list per person, including Lola the pug, as well as a miscellaneous list and a list for the house. Now, a list for the house, I wanted to be sure that I included turning off the AC and then having it scheduled to come back on the day that we will be returning. I wanted to make sure I cleaned out my refrigerator, my pantry, and I completely detailed and cleaned my house. I also wanted to make sure I let the bank know that we will be traveling, so that they can notate it and our debit cards will not be turned off for any reason. I also wanted to let the house alarm company know that we'll be leaving. That way I can add additional people to the contact list in case anything was to happen. Now for Lola, I wanted to make sure I let her vet know. I added my aunt, who will be keeping her, to her vet list just in case she needs to take her in for any reason. And then with the kids, I wanted to make sure I talked with their teachers and their counselors, and I got any assignments that they would need to complete prior to the cruise or while we're on the cruise. That way they didn't get behind. Now, the next list I created was a day of list. So making sure things that we needed to take care of before we walked out was done. And that included checking the windows, making sure all the doors were locked, all the outside gates were locked, the shed was locked, making sure the trash can was pulled back from the road. Making sure that we did cut the AC off and set the timer for it to come back on the day that we return. And keep things like that in mind, making a list of those things that you would need to take care of prior to leaving, and then the day of the things that you would need to take care of as well. Now, my last list was a after trip prep. So I wanted to be sure that when we came back home from vacation, we were not coming back home to a bunch of chores that needed to be done. So I made sure that the house was completely clean, did all laundry. I even had the kids go ahead and take out all of their school clothes for the following week to make sure that everything was done. They went ahead and had all that ironed. So again, we're not coming back to so many chores that need to be done. I cleaned and organized my desk area. I made sure to pay any bills or have bills scheduled that needed to be paid for the week that we came back. As well as I went ahead and completed my planner. I filled out everything that I knew for a fact that I would have to take care of that following week that we come back. So again, just making sure that I had everything in order and things that I needed to take care of written down. And I just kept a continuous list going up until the day that we actually left out for the trip. Okay, so before I turn the camera around and share with you guys exactly what and how I'm packing, let me just tell you this, that at the recording of this video, Carnival's baggage policy is 2 suitcases and 1 carry-on bag per person, with a maximum weight of each being 50 pounds. I'm taking 6 bags total, with 1 bag being a bunch of miscellaneous items that we would need just for comfort and things like that. So let me turn the camera around and share with you guys exactly what I'm bringing and how I'm packing it. Okay, so I'm going to start with the miscellaneous bag of things first. So first up, I have a bag here. I have a few clothespins. This way that we can hang up wet garments in the bathroom and so on. I have a Sharpie here, pencils, masking tape because you always need tape for something, duct tape as well just in case a luggage breaks, straps break, etc. I have a notepad here, so we are going to have 2 separate rooms because I believe the policy is 4 people per room and we have 6, so therefore we will have an extra room. I have paper here, that way I can write notes to the kiddos if I need to. My 2 oldest kiddos will be allowed to kind of rummage and do what it is they want to do pretty much. And then I have the sewing kit with safety pins, needles, buttons, and all those things in there. We have a pen in there as well. And then I have this pop-up hamper, and I found this one at Walmart for, I believe, like $3 or something like that. So that's one item. And then I have a Ziploc bag here with more Ziploc bags, sandwich bags in here as well, various sizes, gloves just in case. And then I have a few napkins as well to keep in the stateroom. All right, and then I'm bringing our, move this out the way, but my diffuser. I'm bringing my mini diffuser as well. Now, I'm bringing these essential oils, which is tea tree oil, lemon, lavender, and peppermint. So all of these oils are great for first aid remedies as well as any motion sickness, and then of course just overall to disinfect the room and all that stuff there. I have a defense protective salve that I'm also bringing. So this here will probably rub on the feet of the kids as well as myself and my husband each night. That just helps to fight off any germs and all that stuff there. Now my diffuser will also act as a night light for the kids' room as well. Then I'm bringing a power cord. So Carnival will allow you to bring a power cord. It just cannot be a surge protector, so keep that in mind. And I'm going to bring an extension cord as well. Now typically the staterooms will have maybe 1 to 2 outlets, one being in like the sleeping area by the bed, and then the other one probably will be the bathroom for your dryer. So you don't get many. So of course with all the phones, cameras, and all that stuff there, we definitely need to have this here. So bringing that. Then I have a, I guess, toiletry bag, if you will, or miscellaneous cleaning bag for that matter. So I have some Dawn dish soap here. I have Poop Puree, 2 bottles there. Flushable wipes. I packed some Action Power Pads, and I believe that's Persil. Lysol here. Sponge for washing our coffee cups out. We are bringing our coffee cups as well. And I think that's about it in that bag. And then this bag here, hair stuff. So I have braid spray. Me and the girls all have braids. So I have braid spray here. Cetaphil face wash, Cetaphil lotion. I have, what is this, mousse for the girls. Hair sheen as well. Then I'm bringing deep conditioner and then an empty bottle. So for me and the girls, I will mix the deep conditioner with water and spray that on our hair before we get either in the pool or the ocean. That just keeps our hair from breaking and all that jazz. And then a pit comb and bobby pins as well. And I'm sure somewhere I have hair ties as well. All right, and then the first aid bag. So pretty standard Pepto-Bismol. I have ibuprofen for the kids, ibuprofen for us. I have a thermometer in there. Also have one of those little first aid kits. I have cotton ball, allergy medicine, cold medicine, pain relief for the kids, antibacterial ointment. I think I have motion sickness. Yes, I have motion sickness back there as well. And as well as I did find motion sickness for the kids. Let me see if I can open this. Yes, so I have the motion sickness medicine here, and this is for the kiddos. I found this at Walmart for about $3 to $4, I want to say. Now, all the other medicine, I either had it already in my coupon stockpile or I picked it up at Walmart. So that is that. So all of this is going to go into this suitcase here. That's our miscellaneous items. Now, I'm also bringing snacks. So Carnival does allow you to bring food aboard the ship as long as it's in its original package and it's not homemade and not open. So I took out different little snack bars from their boxes and I just put them in a Ziploc bag. I'm probably going to add a little bit more to this. That way we'll have these when we're standing in line, for one, to board the ship, which will probably be a lengthy process, and then two, for excursions, we can have a few here just to have on hand. And this is a bag of, I think, graham crackers and then peanuts for the hubby. I'm going to probably add a few more snack items, as well as I'm going to add cookies for myself. And then two, to note that you can bring up to 12 canned drinks per person, as well as like 12 of the little Capri Sun packs per person as well. Not quite sure as of this time if we're going to be bringing any of that with us, but for sure we're bringing these snacks. And I'm not sure, we may or may not bring drinks, but just note, Carnival will allow you to bring up to 12 canned sodas per person. So, all right, and then this is going to be one of the carry-on bags, and it's going to also double as the bag that we use for excursions. So, first off, what I went ahead and did is that for the first night, I packed up the kids some swimwear, their swim shoes, the hubby swim shoes as well, and then other pool gear and all that stuff there. Now, it could be, we're going to check our bags, so it could be that by the time we make it on board the ship, the kids may have a little time to go ahead and test out the pool and all that stuff there. And if so, they probably won't have our bags in our stateroom just yet. So in case that's what happens, I will at least have these items on hand in our checked bag. So swim gear for everyone, shoes, and then pool gear as well. Now this here is another little mini first aid kit, and this one here we will keep in the bag, and it will be carried around with us on board the ship when we're doing activities with the kids, and as well as when we do excursions and things like that. Now, I'm honestly planning to let my kids roam and do what they want to do. So, moving on. Cough drops, hand sanitizer, another first aid kit. I have just some store bags for trash, just in case. Lotion, wet wipes, more wet wipes, tissue, more of the motion sickness, and then toothpicks, and I'm sure there may be a few other things buried in there. Now, just to make note, I'm going to also stick these Tweezers and these nail clippers inside of the first aid kit as well. Then, of course, I have the Sun's inhaler. I have flushable wipes as well as just regular baby wipes, and all of that will go in this bag as well. I have a bike keychain. Now, my plan for this is that the day that we go on to the beach, we will be able to wrap this around the bags. We'll probably have two bags, maybe three. Wrap them around the bags and then wrap it around the beach chair just for added security. Then I have these extra long Ziploc bags here. So again, the day that we go out to the beach, if we leave there a little bit earlier, the kids can change, put their wet clothes in here, and then throw it into the bag, and so on. Sticky notes, highlighter, and then a pen. So each night we will get a new itinerary on board the ship for any activities or things that are going on. So this way we can kind of highlight the things that we're interested in doing, and then make notes that, okay, if my son decided to go here or there, we can make notes on that sheet, etc. And then again, sticky notes in case I have to give the kids a note while we're hanging out, you know, doing whatever on the ship, sticky notes. So also have extra Cormax for the kids. Then I have waterproof bags here for our cell phones. And then coffee cup for the hubby. So all of this here is going to be a carry-on bag, and this is also going to be the bag that we use as we're moving and grooving around the ship and for excursions. All right, and then moving on here will be my bag. So this is also going to be a carry-on bag. I will have pocket tissue sanitizer here. This I would use for my room key and probably a couple wands for tips. So keep that in mind too, that you may want to have some wands available for tips. I have my sunglasses in there, coffee cup for me. And in this bag here, we'll have all of the camera stuff. So extra batteries, the camera case, a little light, tripod, SD cords, and all that stuff there. So all of this is what I will be carrying. This is not heavy by any means, so it's not a lot. All right, also in my bag, I'm going to keep all of our important information, and I just have it in this plastic clear pocket here. Now, you can find these in any office supply store, or you can even find them at the Dollar Tree. The one that I have actually is a Velcro closure, but I have seen them with the little zip tie as well. So we will have our shore excursion tickets in that envelope. The kids' birth certificates will be in that envelope, our boarding passes, and things like that. So all that important information I will also keep in this bag. Now, at the present moment, I'm debating if we're going to take this third bag in order to hold these miscellaneous items, and then too, just to have an extra bag. That way, when we do go out for excursions, we will have extra room for towels and things like that. Now, the oldest son would be able to carry this bag, so I'm still on the fence on that. But just to give you an idea, if you have any extra items that you are not able to fit in any of the suitcases, again, you can have one carry-on bag and then 2 suitcases per person. So there may be an option to have a third bag for someone else to carry. Now, another little quick tip for you is that I took these little keychains that I got from the 99-cent store. I believe it was a pack of 10 in one. And I'm going to add these to the, all the luggage will have these, including the backpacks. And it has, of course, my name, phone number, and information like that. So just in case something gets misplaced, hopefully somebody would return it back to us. All right, so that's the oldest son's suitcase. I'm not going to open that up because who knows what's in there. But moving on, here we have the husband's and my suitcase. We were able to fit both of our items in one suitcase, so we'll be taking this big one. Now, we're going super casual. So the husband just has basketball shorts and t-shirts. I have a few of these like little drawstring shirts, and then some capri pants, and then several little sundresses I'll be wearing. Now, we do have items packed for a formal night and a few other dressier type things that we can wear at night for nightlife on the ship. Now, ladies, just in case, even if you're not expecting a friend, you should never be caught without your gear. Keep that in mind. So what I decided to do was get the 3 little ones their own suitcase. Now, this was a complete splurge. But they did not have their own, so I went ahead and picked these up at Target. They were about $39.99, so 40 bucks, and I just thought they were absolutely adorable. So they each are going to bring their own bag on board. Now, what I really like about these bags is that it has the opening here, which of course pretty much all suitcases do, but it has the opening here. So for Mason, for instance, I have his sleepwear, his sandals, his swim shorts, underclothes are there, and then more clothes are down there, and then I'm able to zip that up and actually put clothes at the top as well. Now, he does have an opening here, and I'm just putting his flip-flops as well as the girls' flip-flops in there. Now, then for the weather, we are expecting it to be pretty warm during the day, and then in the evenings a little bit of a breeze, so I'm going to pack accordingly. All the kids are going to just have simple summer clothes, which is some tanks as well as some shorts. Then for the girls in the evening, as well as Mason, I have them packing up some sweatpants as well as just t-shirts with sleeves on it. Now, in order for us to make sure we have everything that we need and none of the bags are 50 pounds or more, I'm just going to disperse the toiletry type items between the kiddo bags. So the kiddos are going to have their own stateroom. So they are going to have their own body wash and lotion, hand soap in there as well, and then I do have bath soap in there as well, and body oil. And then in this one here we have toothbrushes, toothpaste, as well as mouthwash, and there should be some floss in there. Yeah, floss in there as well. And then the same thing here, we have Nivea body wash, lotion, we have the hand soap, and then shower caps as well. So once we get on board the ship and get unpacked, I will just pretty much disperse all of those items between both staterooms, and that way we don't have to go back and forth with pass me the lotion, pass me the body wash, and so on. But this is pretty much it, guys. This is a nutshell of how I am packing for our family of 6 first ever Carnival cruise. I have all of my miscellaneous items here, as well as a few snacks that we will be bringing. Again, I'm probably going to add more snacks to it. Not sure about the drinks just yet. And the only items that you don't see in my miscellaneous pile is cleaning items. I am planning on bringing probably some Lysol wipes. And I need to see what else I can get my hands on in a travel size that we can bring as well, just to be able to disinfect the stateroom and the cabinets and all that stuff there. Now they have turn down service just like a hotel does every single day. But again, I would prefer to have my own cleaning supplies and so on. Now I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but behind this tower, because of course I'm not going to have all my business out there, there's a mesh port on the suitcase, and that's where all of our undergarments and things like that are being kept at. So in a nutshell, this is pretty much everything and all that I will be packing and taking aboard. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any additional tips for me, leave them down below in the comments. If you have any questions for me, definitely ask me, and I will get back with you as soon as possible. As always, guys, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you have not done so already. And until next time, stay true.